Hey everyone, my name is Jared,
I'm Jacob.
and welcome to Saiyan Sit Down.
Yes, we're on episode 229 in the Babidi Saga.
Yeah.
And here we have the first real confrontation between Goku and Vegeta. There's nothing really friendly about this. Most of the series so far has been about training and...
I think officially, right, this is the second fight they've ever had.
Yeah.
On screen at least. There might be some behind the scenes stuff or whatever, but
it's verbally it's a fight as well before Goku calls him a slave. That's not really normally in Goku's.
Yeah, no, I have that on here. I think this is I think what it is that Goku has had faith that Vegeta has evolved more in his character, which maybe somewhat secretly he has, but Vegeta, at least for now, cannot outwardly show that. Yeah. So I think Goku's a little disappointed in Vegeta. It's been eight years, right? It's been a long time. He has a kid, and he just thought Vegeta had been domesticated. So I think he's just disappointed in his friend. Let's keep going.
No, that's a good point. Yeah. That's a good point about Goku. Because that's the thing, right? He's the optimist, eternal optimist, always saying that there's good in people and seeing that. And then here, maybe he is just devastated by the fact that it's a complete reversion, more evil than Vegeta has ever been. And what I think is traumatizing to him is even after Goku has this speech to him, Vegeta kills another group of people and kind of smirks at him. So it's almost like Goku enabled that by not taking action.
He's literally playing, Vegeta's literally playing a villain. He literally doesn't care. It's not like he actually hates these people. It's literally he's using them because he knows it's the only way Goku will fight him. Goku refuses. Remember, at the beginning, it's Goku refuses to fight him. And then because of the blast, Goku defies the gods, literally, Supreme Kai, to go fight this guy. I mean, this is, in that line, how sad. I didn't know you were so weak you could be controlled. This version of Goku where he just has evolved a little bit since Cell, luckily, and is no longer as cocky.
I think they both know how to trigger the other person because he says things to Vegeta specifically to trigger him. By saying he's a slave, it's not really about Babidi. It's about Frieza and I think Vegeta's father, and he's bringing all that up that Vegeta's always been under someone else's rule, and so that activates him. And then by killing innocent people because Goku won't fight him, he's bringing something up within Goku that is kind of his internal thing.
And I just think Goku has changed. Even thinking about the Otherworld tournament, Goku was still the same character as he was in the Cell Saga, but at this point he does have some differences. Going on this later on, Goku really says how are we going to defeat this enemy? Mm-hmm. That's not normally Goku's thing. Goku is normally the optimist, but he literally is I can't defeat this thing, even though he might be able to actually. But it's just interesting to see the evolution of Goku in the saga where he is a little bit different.
And there's one other person there, Supreme Kai, who says, "Who are you people?"
Yeah,
very reasonable response. And I think Vegeta and Goku make the God himself feel insignificant, which is kind of what God usually does to them, I think, and to mortals. And maybe even the Saiyans, when they were eradicated, where was Supreme Kai then? So why would Vegeta care about this guy?
Supreme Kai needs a lot more training. I'm going to be honest. This guy is way older than Goku. There's no reason that he should be weaker than Goku and Vegeta. It's kind of ridiculous that this guy can't control them. Dude, how many millennia have you been around? You can't control Saiyans?
But I do love, obviously, one of my favorite scenes of Dragon Ball Z is Supreme Kai standing, and trying to back them off from each other. I'd love a painting of that. And Goku doing his blast in Kai's face. And the music, there's the Goku vs. Kai theme, the standoff plays. And I think there's a bigger arc that no one talks about here of, again, Kai letting Gohan be absorbed and kind of being negligent of that. And this is Goku now starting to, he brought Goku into the conflict, and this is the price he pays. Now Goku's going to bring Kai into his conflict with Vegeta and his backstory. And I think there is a chance of redemption that we'll get to later because I think Supreme Kai does redeem himself, and he does that by saving Gohan later on, but we'll get there.
I do want to point out too, Babidi tells Vegeta to kill Supreme Kai, and Vegeta refuses. Yeah. So Vegeta is using Babidi. Vegeta's I will get you, Boo, but I'm doing it on my terms. We're not doing it on your terms. I don't care about the Kai. I care about Goku. And if you want me to pound Goku into the ground, you're going to just shut up and let me just have the power and also have my mind.
Because Babidi didn't do his research. If he had read on Wikipedia about Saiyans, it says there's one thing a Saiyan always keeps, right? His pride.
Which is pride. Which is also one of the best lines ever. I mean, I see people meme that all the time where they just every time something happens, you can take my house, but you'll never take my pride. Did Vegeta have the power to go Super Saiyan 2 before the margin update or not? Which, as a child, when I watched it, I thought that's what needed to push him. Now older, I'm not sure if it's to push him or if it was just to
I
make.
think the consensus is no, because he says as Gohan's fighting, right? He says that he's stronger.
Okay,
He had 8 years to train. Now, I don't think there's any other case of a Majin transform, like giving someone a transformation.
It's probably just to boost power and make him where he is now, not just above Gohan's level, but the boost is to make sure he's even more powerful than that. Because he assumes if Gohan was so strong back in the day, Goku has surpassed that. So he knows that even if he is surpassed Gohan, that's not enough to beat Goku. So I think he wanted the edge. And this is one of the only times that Vegeta's, he might talk about his part. He kind of does have to let it go here. This is the one time Vegeta takes a boost, like basically. The only other time that kind of happens is when Dende, they keep blasting him in the chest and then Dende heal him. But even that one is a natural progression of his body. This is letting a dark wizard basically power him up to beat Goku.
Yeah. So he is a slave. And then Goku asks Babidi to take them away.
Yes.
Like, that's his condition. I'll fight him, but get us away from, the...
Nice tropical island, please.
Yeah.
Lots of food, babes.
Basically, just get us away from the people. I didn't remember this. I thought an interesting scene once that transportation happens. Supreme Kai kind of like comes up with a new game plan, and he seems like determined. He's like resolute that, okay, Gohan, you and I, like, we're
going to take the ball down.
Yeah, we're gonna take the board and we're gonna release Boo before he's too powerful. So the game plan totally shifts, and this only lasts like an episode. But his plan is now, let's release Boo as soon as possible.
You know, I wish Supreme Kai had this game plan before. He said, Goku, go to the ship and Kamehameha and then come back and then warp away. And then they're like, what? And Goku could have instantly done it and Boo would have come out like 1/3 strength. We would have Boo in Dragon Ball Super or Oob. So what are you going to do?
And I do think this is really cool. So then what happens is we get our sitcom split panel of basically the Vegeta Goku fight for the next couple episodes. And then Supreme Kai and Gohan go after Boo and Babidi and Deborah and to start releasing Boo. I mean, okay, Daima's happening right now, so I guess Supreme Kai's getting paired up with Goku and whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's very fitting, and I've always thought of Supreme Kai and Gohan as having some sort of connection there. Obviously, that happens in like the training stuff afterwards.
They're both intellectuals.
They're both intellectual, and I think they're both out of touch. They both let too much time pass by, and they're sort of like disconnected from their potential.
They're these peacekeepers that they want to keep the peace, but they're unwilling to put in the work to stay. And well, it's true.
He wasn't training in peacetime like Vegeta was, right? He wasn't like waiting for the next threat, and neither was Kai. And so, but I still think it's notable. There's no reason this even has to be Gohan. To your point, it could be any other Z character with Supreme Kai. I mean, it's not like Gohan really does anything that's tapping into his power or skill set that much in what's coming up. So I do think there's symbolism in why it's him with Supreme Kai.
No, it's obvious. He's the great Saiyaman. I mean, he is the protector of Earth. Is that what everyone knows?
Okay, that was one episode. Yeah. Sorry, we lost track of time. We love Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, we're gonna do. We'll be back next week, everyone. But yeah, we're just gonna cut it here because we had so much to discuss this time. Because this is an interesting time in the Dragon Ball Z timeline. So we just had a lot to say, a lot of things that link to future events, along with just other side projects happening right now. So yeah, join us next week.